Welcome back to the second in our 4-part video clips on managing our different emotions at this time. Today I'm going to be specifically focusing on self-regulation. We are challenged to see what is happening now as a massive trauma in many people's lives. And an expert in trauma, Dr. Bruce Perry from the States, has said that the psychosocial impact of what we've been going through worldwide and in each country and family is going to be around for many decades. So he says that could possibly be more dangerous than the physical illness. So we really are challenged to manage this time, which we can if we are self-aware, to the very best of our ability. They did a survey on childcare and they asked children, what are the things that are your biggest concerns at the moment? And these were the common answers. The loss of their school year, a fear of catching the virus, or anxiety about their own or their family members' health, missing the work at school, fearing getting behind, sadness and stress around losses that they faced, and boredom. So as you can see, there are many different emotions, and all of these emotions cause us to feel dysregulated. When children are under stress, we tend to operate from our feeling or survival brain, not our thinking brain. You can't talk a child out of their fears. So how can we bring down their stress levels? First, I want to just give you a little visual picture of the 3 different parts of our brain. This is our reptilian, our automatic part of our brain, where we feel intensely. Then we have the limbic system. That is where our senses come into play and emotions. And then we have our prefrontal cortex, which is where we can reason and rationalize and our executive functioning takes place. Now, please remember that this prefrontal cortex is only finally finished developing between the ages of 18 and 25. So we need to help children to do the self-regulation. When a child is extremely stressed, or even adults, we tend not to be functioning with all 3 parts of our brain. We flip, which means we jump into this fight, flight, or freeze part of our brain. And we're not able to talk a child out of fears. We need to regulate their behavior. We need to bring the emotions and the physical sensations together, calm them down, and then when they calmed, we can talk about the feelings. But first, we need to regulate that flipping of the brain. So I would like to say, where do we start when your child is under severe stress, or when you're seeing acting out behavior or complete withdrawal, when you know they're under stress? We need to connect and we need to regulate your child. So how do we connect with our children? There are 5 primary love languages that every person has a need of. All 5 are important, but we have a primary one that makes us feel seen, heard, and accepted. In other words, loved. So the 5 are words of affirmation, touch, acts of service, gifts, or quality time. So to connect with your child who is feeling stressful, if they're a child of words, you would need to use calming words, encouraging words, just that calmness of your voice. I know you can do it. I know you're feeling stressed at the moment. Come, let's talk about it, would be helpful. For another child, just picking them up and holding them, that touch, that secure hold, possibly rocking, possibly patting their back if they're older, maybe a back scratch or rubbing your hand up and down their arm. For a child who it's acts of service, if they're feeling overwhelmed with the workload, it might be saying, come, let's make a cup of tea and sit down together. How can you sort this out? Can I help you with this? For children of gifts, it's not the expense of the gift, it's the thought. A little note on their pillow, a little chocolate sent in the lunchbox, something like that. And quality time, that is when the child needs you to be there without distractions, wholeheartedly connecting. Some of the ways of doing this is by singing together, reading together, leaving notes, touch, helping them. But I want you to first and foremost listen to your child. Hear what they're not saying. Walk together. Teach emotional intelligence and self-regulation. We have to be regulated ourselves as adults to be able to bring our children's stress levels down. If we are dysregulated, they will not be able to regulate, not when they're little, because they use you as their conduit for calming themselves down. I'd like to share a few more tools and techniques, which we started last week. There's the relaxation exercise, which if you get the child to sit comfortably in a chair, both feet on the ground, open body stance, or to lie down, you then ask them to isolate their body parts and to clench them and to relax them. So we start with our toes and we clench the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax your toes. Wiggle them, flop them around for 5 counts. Then we do the whole foot. Clench the whole foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax the feet. Let them flop outwards. Then we go up into the calf muscles. Then we go up into the thigh muscles. Then we do the lower abdomen and the buttocks clenched. And then you do the upper abdomen, breast area clenching as far as they can to try and isolate those muscles. And then we do the fingers, the hands, the arms, the shoulders and the neck. And then the whole face scrunched together. And in the beginning it might be funny and you laugh, but that too is a relaxation tool. So you teach them how to do this exercise. Another different, less physical and more mental distraction exercise to stop the thoughts that are circulating that are very negative or anxiety provoking, or where they just have the repetitive thought that releases a negative emotion. You teach the children to go through the alphabet from A to Z, thinking of 2 boys' names and 2 girls' names for every letter of the alphabet. So, for example, we start with A. Can we think of 2 boys' names with A? Anton, Albert. 2 girls' names with A, Anna and Annabelle. Go on to B, go on to C, and together you are teaching them. I am now focusing on that. My brain is a brilliant tool. We don't even understand a quarter of it, but we do know it cannot focus on 2 things at once. So if we are distracting our brain with a mind exercise, then we are not producing more cortisol and we are not going down the negative thought pattern. The attitude of gratitude is an amazing tool and something that I personally have been using every single day in this lockdown. And even now, to every single day, list 5 things for which you're grateful for. And you may not repeat the same 5 things again. So it helps you to open up your mind to see the positives. A beautiful sunset. Maybe that parking outside Pick and Pay when you're in a hurry. Maybe a lovely smile from your child. Maybe a moment of connection. Whatever it is, take note of it. You're then opening your mind up to the positives. For journaling is a lovely habit, and especially for teenagers, it's a way of monitoring what they're feeling and releasing what they're feeling, not suppressing it. Praying together is a beautiful, calming and grounding activity. And guided imagery or visualization is another powerful tool at helping calm children down. So if your child is particularly overwhelmed, dysregulated, either in acting out or withdrawn, it's very helpful to do something like this with them. Come and lie down here on the couch with your head on my lap. Close your eyes. I want you to cross your arms like this and tap like this, because that is linking the left and the right brains together to create an imagery in their mind as well as regulate their emotions. So you adopt a very calm, relaxed voice, and you say, I want you with your eyes closed to imagine yourself walking. Think of something they love to do. Perhaps they're an outside child. You're walking in the garden, you can feel the cool grass beneath your feet and the warm sun on your face and a little breeze coming through your hair, and you hear the birds, and you're walking around the garden, watering it, and there's a trickle of water, and you're feeling calm, feeling relaxed, feeling safe. You know God is watching you, He's looking down at you, He tells you He is in control of what is happening. If it's a child who loves dancing, you can maybe use that imagery. You've got beautiful, soft flowing music and you're dancing outside. Your hair is free, the music is flowing in and out of you. You're feeling so relaxed, peaceful, calm and safe. And you speak those words in this relaxed, calm voice, and the children will start coming down in their innermost being, and they will picture a mind picture, which they will be able to go back to at any time because they've created this memory between the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. So people, I really encourage you to try them. Get back to which ones are working. Some children prefer different types of tools, but try them and see which work for you and which work for your children. Thank you very much.